Brendan All In Allen is back, and he has the fight he wants. June 27th, Ian Heinisch it is. Brendan, you got to be excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm just more focused than excited. I'll take in everything that comes with it, just like always after the fight. But as of now, super focused and just want to be 100% prepared.
Now, Dana White announced on ESPN today that the Fight Island is going to be in Abu Dhabi. Your fight, however, will be at the Apex, or at least it's scheduled to be there in Vegas. Are you a little disappointed that you're not going to Abu Dhabi, or does it matter?
I'm not disappointed whatsoever. I like fighting in the United States. I'm good with it. I don't want to travel that far anyway. So it's hot. It's a long travel, more expensive. I'm good with here in the States.
So how did this fight get made? Because Ian just fought, as we all know, it was against your teammate, Gerald Meerschaert. How did it get made so quickly? Did he have some maybe animosity after hearing some of the words that you said leading up to that fight against GM3?
I don't know. I don't know how he felt. I don't really care, to be honest. Basically, right after the fight, I texted Mick and told him I'd like to fight Joko or Shootface for their numbers on the 27th, because we had already kind of had the date. And then I figured Ian would want a break, time off, no matter, how it went. So, and then I basically told him I want to fight Joko or Shootface on the 27th and then finish off the year with Heinisch. And next thing you know, he said, like, he responded to me about those two fighters. And then next thing you know, my manager, Brian, texted me and said, do you want to fight Ian on the 27th? I was like, of course. They talked, and guess he wanted it. And the next day I heard he was telling people in the airport that he was fighting me. And then they said the fight was on like 30 minutes later after I heard that at the airport. So,
did you run into Ian down there in Vegas at all this past weekend? Did you guys have any words?
No, he wouldn't even look at me in my face. I mean, I think he looked at me once after he fought, but then he looked the other way. Like, I don't know. Like, at that moment, like, obviously I don't like the dude. Like, I don't care for him. But I'm still not gonna take his moment. That's still kind of his moment. I'm not gonna act any different or in a stupid manner, especially at that time. So, after the fight, that was his time, his moment. You have it, but now it's us, and it's gonna be a little different.
What did you think of his performance against Gerald? Did you feel like this was just a situation where he got caught and he did a good job capitalizing? He came up with some big strikes with the ground and pound there. Did you feel like the stoppage was justified?
Yeah, me and Gerald both talked. The stoppage was definitely justified. Like, it was good. G doesn't remember getting hit with the shot, and then he doesn't remember coming into him for half guard. And then by the time G was there, the ref only, like, at the time it was the ref's last command, which he had given him more, but G just wasn't there for that. And leading up to that moment, I felt G was doing right. I felt like he was doing the things we worked on, except for his pressure was a little different than what we had thought, per se. I don't know if we had different thoughts on pressure, but it was just a minor mistake on his part. Other than that, he was doing good. The body kicks, he didn't like the body kicks. Even the one that landed wasn't that hard because he circled away from it, but he felt it. You could see his reaction. The next body kick that he blocked, he still didn't like that one. G just circled into his power hand when he reset, and Ian capitalized and hit just dead on the money. It was a combination of the proper punch by Ian and Gerald dipping. We don't know why he dipped. He don't know why he dipped. I don't know if he thought he was shooting or what it was. But there's a lot of ifs when you watch a fight back. But if G would have stayed standing instead of dipping, it would have hit him in his glove. But like I said, there's a lot of ifs, and it is what it is. It happened. It was a beautiful placement. Couldn't have been any better.
Were you impressed by Ian's performance, or did you feel like maybe this is just one of those things where I mentioned earlier, Gerald just got caught?
I'm never impressed by his performances. Uh, I feel like the competition level he's fought when he's won and like finished, they're like subpar. So I, that doesn't impress me. The fights where he has fought good guys, he's lost. So besides this one, and like I said, it was just a good punch. Gerald just got caught, and that's my opinion. Gerald just got caught. It's kind of hard to say that was all skill or all perfection or whatever by Ian. You just lower your head and throw the overhand and pray that it lands. It's basically what you're doing. So there's no like technique. There's no like, oh yeah, I did that. It wasn't meant. You threw the hand. Yeah, of course you meant to hit him with it. Where you hit is just a toss up. We can flip a coin. So yeah, it was just, to me, he just got caught. And like I said, it is what it is. We can't change it. None of us can change the outcome once they happen, no matter how bad we want to. Win or lose, we can't change our performances, anything like that. It is what it is. So that's how I look at it. G will be back better than before. He always does come back strong, so he'll be better.
How is he feeling right now? Does he have a good head on his shoulders right now and looking at things positively?
Yeah, man, Gerald's a very good. What's the word I'm looking for? He's very good with his mental state. He's very mature. He's very smart. He's very intelligent. The way he views life, the way he views fighting, just the way he carries himself. He was in good headspace after. Very, very frustrated with himself, mostly. Like I said, he doesn't know why he dipped, which got him in the situation he was in. But he was still that night cracking jokes, talking, hanging out with everybody. Yeah, just self frustration that we all get after something like that happens. It's something you can't explain. You have to go through it and understand it to really know what they mean. So I can relate with him and the fact of being so pissed at yourself that you can't put into words. And but yeah, overall he was good, man. He was no injuries, no nothing like that. Obviously taking a little time just to make sure everything is fine in his head. You never know what's internally going on. So other than that, though, last time I talked to him, he feels good and he's fine. He just wants to be 100% positive before he gets back to work.
Now, clearly, you want to win every fight that you go into, but do you feel a little more added motivation going into this fight to avenge your teammate's loss?
I mean, I do, and like I talk about it, but in my head, I'm just focused on winning. I can't let all that play into it. I know what emotions get me out of my body per se, or not fighting the way I should. So I know what I got to do, and that's what I'm focused on. I'm focused on myself. I'm focused on what I need to do to win the fight and go into new contract negotiations and bring home a good check to my wife and baby and move up in the rankings. That's it's kind of selfish right now, but that's kind of how I have to be in order to provide for my family.
I'm assuming you're back home right now. When are you planning on leaving for Vegas? And tell me what your camp is going to look like here before you do take off to fight Heinisch.
I'm in Milwaukee still. I flew right back here, so everything's good. I just finished pro practice a little bit ago. Mostly it's just taking care of my body and making sure I'm healthy, getting the weight down, and normally I have time to ease into everything. Once you start cutting your calories and changing your eating, injuries are likely to happen unless your muscles and tendons are already strong, which you get that from the repetition and putting your body through. Right now, I kind of don't have that, so I have to be really, really smart on. I'm dieting, my training, so taking care of my body has got to be very proper, so I don't go in with any excuses, any injuries, anything like that. So that's priority number one, and then just preparing as best as possible with my teammates and my coaches. And I just finished pro practice. I'll go do strength and conditioning here in about 30 minutes. And it's probably it for the day. I might ride the bike a little bit later on just to, just burn a couple calories or something like that. We'll see how I feel. Just trying to stay rested and healthy and lose the weight properly.
Now, from speaking to you before, it seems like you feel you hold the advantage in every area of the MMA game over Heinisch. But where do you feel like your biggest advantage in this particular fight is against Ian?
I mean, I definitely feel my ground's better than his. He's good about getting back to his feet, but like I said, he's never. There's a big difference. Like, I don't care. Like, if I take you down and you get back up, it is what it is. Like, I'm comfortable enough on my feet, and I think everyone will see a different side of me, probably. It just depends what guy shows up fight night, but everyone will see a different side a little bit. I'm always on my P's and Q's. I'm always ready to defend everything. I always go in with that mindset of just him or me. If he hits me, hit him back harder, but I want to instill fear in him early. I don't want him to get away with, I don't want him to get away with, I'm not a punching bag. I'm nobody's punching bag. In training, anywhere, that's not me. So you hit me, I'm going to hit you back, and you're not going to like it. That's what I'm trying to do early, and I will do early. There's no questions about that for me. Mm-hmm. I'm always going to do that. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel my biggest advantage is everywhere. To be honest with you, I feel my striking is going to really, really surpass his. No one's been able to see it really. I mean, just because once you grab me, like, we're going to go to the ground. It is what it is. That's just how I am. But if he wants to stand with me, then, which he thinks he wants to stand with me. He wants to throw the right. He wants to throw the calf kick until he gets hit. Then he's just going to want to take me down the whole time.
Official prediction, Brendan. How do you see yourself getting your hand raised? I'm imagining it's a finish of some sort, whether it's a knockout or a submission.
Yeah, I don't plan on standing there for 15 minutes. I'll be ready for 15 minutes. Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna break him before then. I don't know. I always go second round. I'll get his timing. I'll have his timing down for sure by the end of the first. This one's a little difficult, but I'm either going to TKO him or I'm going to hurt him and he's going to give me a submission. So that's what I think is going to happen.
Always a pleasure talking to you, man. I'm glad I got a chance to catch up with you and to preview this fight with Heinisch. I know how much you're looking forward to it. I could say I'm looking forward to it almost as much as you are, because this is going to be one of those fights you don't want to miss. Make sure you get your ESPN Plus subscription to anyone out there that's watching. If you want to plug your social media before we let you go, the floor is yours.
Yeah, man, for sure. Thanks for having me. Thanks for the time. I appreciate it. First off, Big Mama say I got to plug in my website, so allinallenmma.com. We got new merchandise. She takes care of that. She likes all that kind of stuff, so she takes care of that, puts everything out. She does a good job designing new things, and she likes that. So go get your All in Allen merchandise on allinallenmma.com. Sign up and subscribe for any discounts and newsletters and upcoming fights and things like that. Also, thank you to all my sponsors, Perfect Sports supplements. We got Turp House, Wex Gunworks, K-Ray Construction. They help me out so much. I got a lot. And like I said, I always forget somewhere, and it's so aggravating. I need to make a list. But thanks to everyone for that. Thanks to my team, my coaches. They're here pushing me hard. They're making sure that I get this win. And most of all, thank you to my family. Without them, I wouldn't be here. My parents, my brother, my niece, and of course my wife and daughter. It's the reason that I do it. So thanks to everyone, and tune in. I hope everyone enjoys.
Safe travels to Vegas, and best of skill on the 27th, bud.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.